Hallelujah, amen. Shout hallelujah, amen. Hallelujah. Good afternoon, everyone, wherever you may be looking at me today, all over the world. I'm welcoming you to my channel, Lara Williams Media. Oh, it's a wonderful day. I can see that it's sunny here, it's not so cold. And I know some people are about sleeping, some are still awake, and some are still in the afternoon. I want to say thank you for being my guest. Thank you for coming up today again on this channel. I want to say thank you for your encouragement. Thank you for your support. Thank you for everything you're doing. It has been so wonderful. I really appreciate everybody. Thank you, families and friends, for your support, for your prayers, for all the wonderful things you are doing. It is not by my power, but it's by the grace of God. And also I want to thank my husband for his support all the time. Thank you there. I love you so much. And also my wonderful children. They are for signs and for wonders. Thank you for your support all the time. Yeah, we are back. Today is Thursday. And what are we talking about today? Is about women's world. My name is Omolara Williams. I'm going to be your anchor today. I know last week, a lot of men, a lot of a lot of people called me and they appreciated all what I said. Some people also asked questions. Like I said, you are free to send in your questions through the comment section here. Also, you can also send it privately. I will definitely speak with you on that. Some people have started calling me, but I just hold on. I'm on live presentation. So, well, welcome today. You know, last week we looked upon a lot of topics where we look at the topic women as gifts. We said a lot of things about why women are gifts and why they need to be cherished. And I thank God that a lot of people learned a lot of things from that topic last week. And this topic, we are going to pick it one after the other. And what we are going to look today is that we have said women, we are gifts from God. Then I want us to look as women as a gift of work. Women as a gift of work. You know, the Bible teaches that work is a gift from God and that both men and women are called to work. If you want me to repeat that again, I will simply say that there is nobody, either a man or a woman, that is not supposed to work. We are all gifts from God, and both men and women, we are called to work. In Genesis chapter 2, verse 15, God put Adam in the Garden of Eden to work it and keep it. Since the beginning, work has been part of God's plan for humanity. In the Old Testament, women work in many different roles, such as midwives, some are even prostitutes, you see that's a job, some are innkeepers, some are prophets, and one as the leader of the nation. But for many women today, as in biblical times, work is primary within the home. Some people, what is Omolara saying today? That's the fact. Many of us that we are women today, our work is primary within the home, and that is the fact. In the New Testament, women are engaged in all kinds of employment. For some, it was the work of bearing and rearing children, that is permanent housewife. For others, it was bringing aid to folks in need, that is, people that are into hospitality. They are into giving. They are philanthropists. And for still others, it was as businesswomen engaged in profitable enterprises. Business in terms of vocational jobs and so on and so forth. They are into trading. And the role of women in the Bible is multifaceted. You know, it was multifaceted, and it's saying that it has a lot of ways that women can work. Women are portrayed as strong and capable individuals who are often praised for their faith and courage. And that is why when you get to any church today, the numbers of women in that church will be more than the numbers of men, because they always have the courage. And at the same time, they always build their faith. They are also shown to be loving and nurturing mothers and wives. That's a part of the gifts of works that God has given to women. In the Old Testament, women play important roles in the history of Israel. For example, Deborah was a prophetess and also a judge who led Israel to victory over the Canaanites. That is found in the book of Judges, chapter 4 and chapter 5. Another person is Ruth, who was a Moabite woman who became an ancestor of King David. that is found in the book of Ruth, chapter 4, verse 13 to 22. Esther was a Jewish queen who saved her people from destruction. And that can be found in the book of Esther, chapter 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is chapter 4 to chapter 9. In the New Testament, women were among Jesus' closest followers. Mary Magdalene was one of the first people to see the rising of the Lord Jesus Christ. And that can be found in the book of John, chapter 20, verse 11 to 18. Martha and Mary, they were sisters who welcomed Jesus into their home. That also can be found in the book of Luke, chapter 10, 38 to verse 38 to 42. Priscilla was a teacher of the gospel who walked alongside her husband Aquila, and that can be found in the book of Acts of Apostles, chapter 18, 24 to 26. These are some women that we can find in the Bible that their job is multifaceted. That is, they can be found in every serious areas of works in the whole world. And when we are talking about calling or vocation, it can come in unexpected forms. But for women especially, we find that our callings are not a singular call, but an organic collection of intertwining roles. Why do I say that? We have roles to play at home. We have roles to play at the place of work. We have roles to play in the church of God. We have roles to play in the society where we find ourselves. We have roles to play in our families. We have roles to play in the life of our husbands. We have roles to play in the life of our children, either male or female, daughter or sons. We have roles to play in the lives of our siblings. We have a lot of roles to play. And that's why I said it is intertwining. Various callings we seek to simultaneously enact in the course of our daily lives and often change through life seasons. As we are growing, like the way I said it, it takes a lot for a girl to become a lady to become a woman to become a wife to become a mother to become a mom, and a mom to become a superhero mom. All these things are steps. And at the same time, we have different types of works that women used to do in this area. The brilliance in it all is that any form of women's work takes on a specific relational orientation. Eve was made from the very start already in relationship to Adam. He was made to be the helpmate of Adam, who conversely had taken a long time to realize he was alone and had relational needs. And God created a woman to support him and to be his helpmate. She was to be his helper in his work. Eve was created from Adam's side and presented to him face to face, thus totally equal to him. There is no difference between Adam and Eve because Eve was created from the ribs of Adam. So we are mistaken if we see her helping as a subordinate to. No, he is not subordinate to Adam because he wasn't created with another thing. It was from the body of Adam that God removed that ribs that he used to create Eve. So it's not a subordinate role. It's a role as a helper. The Hebrew term for helper is often ascribed to God and particularly applied to a situation in battle. It is more like a savior or partner or a helper without whom work would be impossible. Part of Adam and Eve's important work was to be fruitful and multiply, something in which a woman obviously has an important role. And that is something that every one of us, as you are watching me or listening to me, you know that is a fact. It is only women that get pregnant. They carry that pregnancy for 9 months. And during delivery, you know what it is. And after delivery, they will continue to take care of their baby, breastfeeding, monitoring, until the baby becomes a grown-up child. Even as it becomes a grown-up child, the baby of that day will still go back and ask some questions from the mother, because it's the mother that God has assigned that responsibility to. All women, beyond literally labor of childbearing, seem to have an amazing capacity for relationship and for bringing life to those that surrounds them. That particular genius is something we need to bring into whatever we find ourselves doing as a woman. And what does that mean? That means that in the home, out of the home and the carpool line, anywhere we find ourselves as a woman, we need to see ourselves as a gift of work for humanity. Single women too are good at finding connection with families and friends, and they often find ways to be part of a family by teaching Sunday school or doing some other job in the church or keeping up with their siblings. And single moms heroically take on their own unique burdens while deeply loving their kids. There's so much false about women balancing work and family that we forget to see relationship as part of work. In what I'm saying today is that relationship that we are looking at is part of the work that we as women we are doing. In fact, in Psalm 127, it reminds us that all our anxious toys, sleep deprivation, and career work is actually secondary to the importance of heritage and how familiar blessing can actually benefit us in the public square. And that is why it is always very necessary as women that a career is unimportant, as many women in the Bible work at, such as they are selling people clothes, according to Acts of Apostles 16, verse 14. The question is not so much about balancing work and family, but about balancing the work that a career takes with the work that family takes. And everyone has a different solution. So what I'm just trying to say is that after a long exploration, I found out that according to Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 13, you know what it says? It says, I perceive that there is nothing better for them than to be joyful and to do good as long as they live. Also, that everyone should eat and drink and take pleasure in all his food. This is God's gift to man. And my takeaway today is that despite the joy and the pains of the cross, there is great dignity in work and great dignity in womanhood. Women, you are the helper of your ultimate bridegroom, who is Jesus Christ. Your work is a gift to God and a gift from God for your flourishing and the building of his kingdom. And I always want all women to enjoy this gift. Thank you so much for watching this program today. And I want you to send me your questions or your comments. And next week is another day. We'll be looking at another gift, what God has made us to be and what we have received as a gift from God. My name is Omolara Williams. I want to say once again, thank you to every one of you that is watching this program. And I want to say thank you to my husband for his support always. My children, they're so supportive, and I pray the Lord will continue to strengthen them. Till next week, Thursday, where we'll be looking on women's world. My name is Omolara Williams. Thank you so much. Bye.